They wrote me off, I ain't write them back. Follow me, but don't double tap. I ain't liking that. You subscribe, I monetize. Now who's striking that? Wanna see the contract? Who got the rights to that? This my story. I spent my whole life on that. Time's up. Shador Sanders with the rollie in the armor. I could do this shit with my eyes closed. The main attraction don't come at me with no side show. I'm selling high, they wanna buy low.
What's popping? What's popping? What's good, my people? How we feeling today, man? You know we trying to get it together, trying to get things going. It's Tuesday morning, man. You know we had to take probably like an hour, a little bit of change left. Stepped it back a little bit, man. You know, I had to get my workout in, man. Trying to catch up with my boy Rock. Rock, man, I got on the scale today. I'm down about 3 pounds since the last time I checked, brother. So the boy putting in a little bit of work. Glad I'm getting up, trying to get all these toxins out my body, man. Get my mind right, stay focused and locked in. So water, bananas, and almonds over here for your boy. No orange juice and liquor this morning, player. So but today we here, man. We glad we here. And Rock, how you feeling, my dog?
Fizz, I'm doing great because we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects today. Hate. Most of the time when you guys see me, I have a big smile on, trying to be positive, Fizz, but boiling inside me is a giant well of hate. Being pissed off, disgusted is my natural disposition. So I'm going to love this episode, Fizz, and that's great to hear about your down 3 pounds. Man, I was trying to hit my goal of, I was trying to be down to 210 today. I gained 3 pounds since yesterday. I didn't eat. I went on a walk. That shit didn't help, but it's probably going to kick in a couple of days. So I'm even more pissed off. I didn't get my goal today.
It's all good, Playboy, because we still got time, man. The one thing we don't do, we don't lose. We just run out of time. So as long as we got time, we're going to keep winning, my dog. You feel me? So we don't take no L's. We just ran out of time, but we still got time. So we here. We glad the people here, man. Let's tap in with him, Rock. See what's good with him. My boy J Jack, man. He said the taper got to be number 3 on the list. So I don't know if we talking about a taper fade because I got a bald head, brother. All right, so I don't have I don't have I don't have any hair, my brother. Supply with that one. But we got my boy Jake in the building, pre-gaming. What's good with you? Connor is here, man. He said he had a hell of a weekend in his startup, and hey, we glad you always here, man. Checking in with us. You got a draft going on, and let's get it, my boy. You know, we got 6 rings up in here. Flowosaurus up in here. He said Darren Waller unretired and was traded to the Dolphins. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Right now, I can play for the Dolphins at tight end, man. It ain't looking good. But I will say we kind of read the tea leaves. We kind of saw it, coming. We just didn't know if it was gonna happen. And I'm hearing they're on the market to get somebody. So I think me and Rock 4 or 5 episodes ago talked about my guy, Kyle Pitts, maybe stepping in that reign, in that role. So we'll see, man. We'll see, man. But hate is in effect, man. I'm trying to get my sound all together, man. J Jack, we working on it, Playboy. But yeah, man, we here. We got my boy Dustin in here, man. What's good with you, bro? How you feeling, man? I've been a little busy, bro. I'm gonna get at you today once I get off of here too, because I saw you message me. So I got you, big dog. I got you. Flock in the building, man. And he said Waller to the Dolphins. Everybody saying Darren Waller to the Dolphins, man. Is this true? Is this true, Rock? What the hell going on?
Man, his ass is in the studio right now making some terrible music. He ain't gonna be stepping on no ball field, for the Miami Dolphins.
Is literally writing this like I'm tripping. Like, is it really true? Like everybody saying true indeed. I don't know.
That must be one of those sleeper notifications. I turned that shit off.
I'm about to look it up now, man, because I'm sitting here wondering, like you said, is he in the studio or is he what the hell is going on, man? Let me see. Darren Waller are finalizing a trade from the Giants. Darren Waller, brother, to the Titans.
What in the hell,
man? Hey, hold up, bro. I didn't see
4 minutes ago.
I thought people was lying. They was on our stream talking that talk, man.
What the hell?
What the hell is going on up in the NFL, man? This dude was talking about Glocks with switches. last I heard, Glocks don't even have switches, man. So what the hell is going on with this dude, man? Darren Waller, man, come on, Rock,
man. Is this how we want to start off the episode? We want to talk about this Miami trade?
I want to
that's
talk about how much I hate it. So yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's do it. That's a good way to start it off.
I'm trying to get my files together. Go ahead, give me a little bit of that info on that one, brother. I'm gonna be right back at you.
Let me break down the trade just from. If you guys can correct me in the chat, I don't give a fuck. It was Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, and a fifth that was traded to the 2027 fifth. I do believe, if I recollect correctly, traded for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sending back is Minkah Fitzpatrick and no, wait. The Miami Dolphins are getting the fifth. The Pittsburgh Steelers are getting the seventh. It's 2027 picks. So yeah, that's basically it. Jonnu Smith and Jalen Ramsey for Minkah Fitzpatrick. So that's
but where's Darren Waller come in with that though? I'm trying to figure out the Waller part.
Well, he was retired. He's coming out of retirement. He was from the Giants. So
yeah, but they got to trade him though. He can't just come back and not be on the team. So did they say what the trade was for? Is it like for a bag of donuts?
Oh, since that just happened 4 minutes ago, it's going to be a minute till we figure out
okay
what happened with them and the Giants. So.
Nah, my bad. When you said we're gonna break down this trade, I put in my mind the Darren Waller thing. I forgot all about that.
All right, let's just skip to the Darren Waller part. We do not, based off what we saw last from Darren Waller, I believe it was 2 seasons ago. You don't have to expect anything from Darren Waller. It's not going to do anything whatsoever. Yeah. He's going to be a non-factor, a zero. And that kind of is an indictment on, I think Miami has been the worst tight end room for multiple seasons now. They got Jonnu Smith. They got to enjoy him for 1 year, and now that's all over. So do you want to talk about the Steelers first, or you want to talk about Miami Dolphins first?
Well, let's talk about the Steelers, man. I think the Miami Dolphins didn't get they lost more than they gained, right? I think the Pittsburgh Steelers gained more when they got Jonnu and all that stuff. So Darren Waller, though, as far as that goes, we're done with that conversation.
Oh man, hate
it. Rock, I'm not gonna lie, it was a perfect time for that trade to happen because this is the episode 4. We hate it. We don't want to hear about it no more, man. So yeah, let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, though, man. I saw my boy Dynasty D said talked about Pat Freiermuth. So what is the outcome of Pat Freiermuth now? Like, where's Jonnu stand?
Dead. He's dead. Pat Freiermuth is dead. I don't think they're going to be in 13 personnel every play of the game. So they're not going to run Jonnu, Pat Freiermuth, and Washington out and just have DK Metcalf. But those are their top receivers. I mean, I don't give a shit about Roman Wilson. I don't care about Calvin Austin. I don't care about any of that shit. Robert Woods, in case you guys didn't know, he's a Pittsburgh Steeler, but no one cares, Fizz.
No one cares. You're right. I even heard Tyler Boyd say he wanted to join them, so I don't know what's going on. But Pittsburgh Steelers, man, we hate them. We don't even care about them. And honestly, it's funny because Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to give people a sneak peek. Aaron Rodgers wasn't on your hate list, but I had to put him on a thumbnail because he's just a perfect example of what people hate when they think of players, man. So
that's right. Yeah.
But I will say as far as what I think with the trade, I like it for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but for the actual fantasy outlook of the player, like you said, Pat Freiermuth, Jonnu Smith, I just think it's gotten to the point where we are in Arthur Smith's realm, right? We're in the offense now where we really don't know what's going to happen. Like that same way we had in Atlanta where we thought we knew this was going to happen every single week, we're getting it now in Pittsburgh. And yeah, man, I really don't know what to take from it other than DK Metcalf is still locked in as the number 1 guy and nobody will challenge him for anything irrelevant. So What we got?
He's bringing up some stats. I do trust him, but I kind of feel like that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, so, I mean, what has he been doing? He hasn't done anything in the last, like I need to see. I need to see how is he in shape? I know he had a rap video the other day, but is he in football shape? Because that heat in Miami, Rock, that heat different, bro. You ain't gonna go out there and think, oh, I'm skinny.
You're gonna have to be well conditioned for sure.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
where we need to be. If we want to lose some pounds, then you get on that
100%.
football field. Yep.
100%, bro. You got to be out there in that heat and get adapted, get ready. Now he is a Las Vegas guy from what I always see, but that heat different in Miami, man. So we're gonna see what Darren Waller got going
And
on.
who was their top receiver 2 years ago? Can you guess, Fizz?
Who you talking about? What team?
The Giants.
Wandale Robinson, right?
It was either Wandale or Darius Slayton. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Slayton. So that's
Well,
who
I know
that's who
Wandale
Waller
had a
had to
lot of
compete
targets.
with.
He was getting
Yeah.
peppered with targets way early. I don't know how he tailed in, but the beginning he
Yeah.
was getting target heavy.
So he ain't gonna out target Tyreek Hill. He ain't gonna out target Waddle. He ain't even gonna out target Devon Achane, Fizz. He's gonna be the fourth guy on this offense. He's not gonna be the number one. So yeah, we can just we can move past the Waller part. These are two organizations, Fizz, that I think are grasping at straws. They feel like the last nail in the coffin's about to get, just whether it's McDaniel or Tomlin. It's just, this is where the hammer is right now. This is where the nail is. And it's just about to go right into it because this is probably going to be the last season that we see with either of those coaches and their respective teams.
I'm with you, bro. Yeah, we can move on from that garbage, man. One thing for sure, two things for certain. This was the episode for that trash, that news that we just had to update. And we glad that they brought it in today, man.
Oh man, hate it, man.
We hate it, man. We hate it. But yeah, man, we hate it, but we glad that it happened today, man. It's all good, it's all love. But Rock, today, man, the actual reason of us coming here and not just kicking it with the people, but we wanted to bring a little bit of hate in the game, man. Like you said, we always show love. We give everybody their flowers. We praising everybody. You always want to be positive, but today we on the negative side of things, and we're gonna speak about the players that we not necessarily hate them as a person, but we, when we say hate, we mean we not drafting them. We don't want no parts of them. We don't like the ADP. We don't like the value of what everybody else believes. So that's what today is about, man. The players that we will not draft, we don't want no parts of, and we hate, man. We hate them. So
this episode is for all the mark-ass marks, trick-ass marks, punk bitches, skip skack skanks, scallywags, hoes, heifers, and hootie hoos. That's what it's for, Fizz. So we're going to talk about all the players that are either coming off of. That's right. You like that? I got really into that. I started rewatching all of that last night.
whoa.
This is going to be a fun episode, Fizz. I'm super, like I said before, I wasn't joking about the hate. That's how I usually feel all the time. I have to put on a positive attitude when I come on this show. I get to be my true self in this one. So
hey,
yeah.
Listen, man. My boy went on that big rant right there, man. Hold on, man. You play a hater of the year, man, for sure.
Yeah, look what I'm wearing right now. I got my grumpy cat. So that's how I usually am right now. This is my spirit animal, is grumpy cat. That's
you
it.
Play a hater of the year with that one, Rock, man. So I'm gonna be honest, bro. You came up with this episode and kind of gave me the inspiration behind it. And I told you, man, I kind of was a little chilling. I was in my own little vibe, my own little zone. So I'm gonna be honest, Rock. Today, man. Yeah, look, my boy Six Ring said vibes low today. Yeah, bro. I'm gonna get in the mix, man. I'm still trying to catch up, man. You know. But we here though. We here. I'm glad I'm here, man, serving the people. But Rock, today is about you, Playboy. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm gonna let everybody hate you. I'm gonna let you do all the hate, man. I'm gonna lay back and I'm gonna be the Jerry Springer on the mic. I'm gonna let you give all the hate and I'm gonna just control the room, man. So let's see what we got going on, bro. Let's see what we got popping. You and your top haters list. You threw a couple names at me. So
that's right.
Let's start with one I believe people are going to question and say, damn.
Let's get spicy right off the bat.
Let's get spicy off the back, baby. So Drake May, man. My boy said he ain't feeling it. He hating him. He ain't understanding what's going on in New England, man. Player, haters, ball. We will like to select Drake May to the stand. Lots of hate his way, man. Time to hate on Drake May, baby. Rock.
All right. So there's a number of reasons for any of these guys that are going to be on my list, Fizz. I have 5 major reasons that you at home can disregard a player, hate on a player. It's a player coming off a major injury from last season. They are in a bad situation, Fizz, either on a bad team, has bad coaches, has too many obstacles to flourish. They have disappointed for multiple seasons in a row. Their market value has dipped in multiple seasons in a row.
Mhm.
Or this is Drake Mays. This is the fifth one. Their ADP is inflated because of hype and hope that is more realistic than expectations of production. So if you've been with us the last few weeks, you know that Drake May in Dynasty Football Fizz is the QB9. He's going at the very end of the second round. He's the 211. He is the QB6 now. I just looked yesterday. He has overtaken Patrick Mahomes. He is the 17th overall player, Fizz. Now, help me and you guys in the chat. I want to understand why he is so high in Dynasty rankings. Because, Fizz, I'm going to go through just some of his metrics. These are the metrics I use to evaluate all my QBs and rank them. He was 30th in points per game last year. He had 14.4 points. 17th in QBR. A lot of people, they think, oh, he's got that rushing upside. You know how many rushing touchdowns he had last year, Fizz?
That's a good question, bro. I wasn't prepared for it. I'm gonna say 3. I'm gonna give him 3.
He had 2.
Okay.
So, yeah,
right.
he has all these rushing touchdowns, Fizz. He's tied for 13th with 2.
Once you put me on the spot, I had to think about it. I know about his yardage, but I'm thinking, damn. You know what's so crazy though, Rock? When you brought that up, not to prolong this, I was thinking about Pat Fitzmaurice because when Pat threw out his expectations of 2025 for Drake, now that those numbers are so locked in my head that I forgot what he did last year because I'm thinking about this explosion season he's supposed to have. So go ahead, continue, man, and break down how much you don't want to trust Drake May, brother.
PFF pass grade, 31st. Neutral pass rate. So this is how often the New England Patriots passed last season on first and second downs. They were 24th at 48%. His ADOT, he's stretching the ball down the field. He's throwing it deep. 33rd in the NFL, 7.4 yards per attempt.
Yeah.
EPA, just is like, how much he contributes to the offense. 23rd. Passer rating, 23rd. Big time throw percentage, making those wild plays, Fizz.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
21st. Turnover worthy plays, not putting the ball in harm's way. Only Cousins, Darnold, and Stafford were worse than him. He is the 4th highest turnover worthy play percentage. Adjusted completion percentage, 17th. Now, I will say that the best thing that people have for him is his rushing yards per game. He is 7th in the NFL at 32.4 yards per game. But let me ask you, Fizz, and this is why I'm having such a hard time understanding why he's overtaking all these other QBs that we absolutely love, like Bo Nix, guys that are coming off multiple seasons that are at a very high level, in like Baker Mayfield or any of the other guys that are going after him that are still young. Who's his best receiving weapon, Fizz?
Well, I'm gonna be honest, Rod, and I'm not narrating the hate, but Stephon Diggs is his best receiver if he's healthy coming into the season.
Oh man, you already made a caveat if he's healthy.
Oh my goodness. All right. So it would be Diggs, and then we will go through Pop Douglas, and then we got
Oh my God, Pop Douglas. We also have Hunter Henry. We also have the rookie Kyle Williams, we have no idea of.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to come up with names, man. I'm trying to give him a little bit of love, but you're right. You put me in the corner. I can't even think of a name that's worth valuing of mentioning. So you're right.
And what has Vrabel said since the first time he's been in front of a camera, donning the New England Patriots, logos and everything right now? Since he's been the head coach, what has he said that he wants to do the most in New England this year? What's their offensive identity going to be, Fizz?
Oh, you know what they do, man. You know how they get down, baby. They run the ball, man.
They're going to run the shit out of the ball. He didn't say they're going to be an air raid or pass or have all these prolific weapons that they're going to surround Drake May with. They're going to run the damn ball, which is why they took Travion Henderson in the second round, which is why they also have under extension the Rhino in the backfield as well. They have that two-headed monster back there. So they're not going to be necessarily throwing the ball a whole shit ton. So I can't understand why people in Dynasty football have him as the QB9 when an underdog, he's the QB14, Fizz. That is a realistic expectation for him, which I think is a much more reasonable price is the QB14. So his ADP is all hype. It's all hope. It's not based off any metrics whatsoever. But I will say for each of these that we're going to go through, I do want to see or talk about how I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels, if he is such a freaking savant, just magician as an OC, and he can just totally change May into someone who can completely overcome his surroundings and his situation, that's one way I can be wrong. If he goes from being the 7th best rushing QB to maybe like the 3rd best, the 4th best, I mean, I think Pat was saying that he can get like 800 yards easily rushing on the ground. I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, that's a little tough. Yeah.
But if he can be closer to a top 5 rushing QB, he just wasn't that last year, then I could be wrong with that. But you know what, Fizz? I'm willing to be, wrong about all this shit. There's just way too much for me to say, oh, he's the QB9 in Dynasty football. So that's my first one.
Okay. All right. Well, I will say I am reading the comments, and this right here is a great comment. But I think you answered it in what you said by it's all hype. It's all nothing is proven with the metric of this is about to happen, right? It's more so we wish, we think having a better upgraded coaching scheme, line, receivers around him, that should boost his value and boost his skill on the field. But can we guarantee? I mean, nothing's guaranteed in this world. You feel me? But I'm just saying, can we literally look ourselves in the mirror and say that Drake May is going to be more valuable and more, capable of running a team and being better than Pat Mahomes, bro? That's crazy work. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Pat Mahomes, like, I don't care if Pat Mahomes 32 years old, 33. I'm taking Pat Mahomes over Drake May, man, because I've seen it and I know what can be done. If you look at the receiver room alone, like, I would take the receiver room over Drake May. So everything about Pat Mahomes' situation, I would scream about. And I saw that Dynasty had brought up also who has more upside with Drake and Burrow. And I think it's Burrow with a 10-foot pole, bro. It's no way, first of all, the defense in New England, I believe, won't allow Drake May to be at QB6 because they bought this defense for a reason. One of you say Mike Vrabel will go out there and say, hey, let's go out here and throw the ball and put up 45 points a game. That's how we win championships. I've never seen Mike Vrabel come out as a coach and say that. And he don't call the plays on offense. But they bought an entire defense this offseason to make sure their rookie is going to be in good position to control the ball, not make mistakes, and win games, not put up yards, not put up touchdowns, and not win fantasy championships. So I rock with Drake May, but the price, what you just said and what you just mentioned, I'm 100% with you. I don't think that the offensive line, I mean, the defense allows Drake May to have to do that.
And people who know, who have been watching our channel know that Drake May, I had him ahead of Caleb Williams as far as a prospect coming into the, last year's class. The only person that I had ahead of Drake May at number 2 was Jaden Daniels at number 1.
Yeah.
But the situation and what he did his first year do not merit him going over Bo Nix, who is in a better situation, has a better defense.
I like that. And
also produced all those metrics that I went through. Bo Nix is better in all of them. He is. He's better than all of them. You can make a case for, like, do I take CJ Stroud or Drake May? CJ Stroud has the weapons. Drake May has the rushing upside. So those are like, that's a 50-50 split for me. You can go with
Jordan Love. Where you at with Jordan Love with it?
With Jordan Love, I would take Drake May over Jordan Love just because he's younger. Jordan Love, they don't pass a whole ton. He does have better weapons. He has a better situation. I have more trust in Matt LaFleur. So I would probably take Drake May most of the time over him. But I'm not taking him necessarily over Brock Purdy. Like, I'm willing to skip over Drake May and be completely okay with getting Brock Purdy, Baker Mayfield, JJ McCarthy, Jared Goff, Trevor Lawrence. Those are all guys that I can draft 3 rounds later.
Yeah.
3 rounds later, Fizz. Yep. And they're going to probably outproduce Drake May. So it just doesn't make any sense for me. I don't know what it is about his situation and what he did on the field where everyone's like, oh my God, this guy's going to be absolutely amazing. So
I'm with you, Rock. And I'm going to say this. The one thing I think people tend to forget when we doing these drafts is the value of where you're taking them and the value of what you can get later. And I think we get caught up on names. And with this player going in round 2 or 3, I got to get him. But then when you get down to round 5 and 6 and you're like, man, I didn't know these players were going to be available. You know what I'm saying? And I think, of course, the tight end position is probably the prime example of that. But me and you just did that underdog draft last week, and we looked at the ADP and taking guys like Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen so high. What, by round 9 or 10, you can still get Baker Mayfields and Dak Prescott's and Trevor
It's even
Lawrence.
later. It's crazy on underdog.
Yeah.
It is wild.
So I'm just saying that to say your point of Drake May is valid, because if this offense isn't guaranteed or doesn't go out there and do the QB6 value, and then you get a guy like a JJ McCarthy, like a Justin Fields, right? If Justin Fields go out there and do what he does in New York, hey man, it's a chance Justin Fields could be in front of Drake May this year, bro. So I'm with you on that one, Rock. I'm with you, man.
Yeah, and that's a good correlation too. I mean, Justin Fields and a lot of those metrics I actually went through, he actually was better than Drake May on just a per game basis in that small sample that we found. So he might even be a better bet to outproducing Drake May, and he's being drafted like 6 rounds later, which is one.
Hey man, well, Drake May, we called you up, brother. We held you to the fire. We hate you.
Oh man, hey.
Player haters ball, man. We here. I should have wore. I ain't even got a hat on. Should have wore a pimp hat or something, Rock. I should have, it's ball head hating, man. I hate the ball head if you want. I don't give a damn. But
I left my pimp hat up in the closet, so I can get that next time. Yeah,
I'm having mink on next time, brother. But next player, man, on your list, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. I like the Drake May call. I felt like that was high enough. I thought one of these guys I think everybody hate this guy. So I was like, damn, I'm gonna challenge you on how bad you really hate him. But let's go to my guy, my dog.
Yeah.
One of my favorite guys coming out of college. And I can kind of understand the hate, but I want to understand your reason of the hate. And we talking about Keon Coleman, man. I understand why the people hate it. They didn't like him coming into the league, man. Then when he got in the league, he was a funny guy. Now everybody love him. But when they got on the field and the production wasn't there,
ain't no one laughing anymore when he's on the field.
Nobody laughing when he touched the field, bro. I will give him that. And I'm gonna be honest. He even said in the press conference last year, I played like shit. I'm gonna just keep it 100 with y'all. It was bad watching that tape, but I'm gonna fix it.
At least he knows. At least he knows. He played like shit, and he did. All I saw was some shit. That was it.
He said it out his own mouth. In between the laughing and the joking, he literally said last year it was horrible. So I'm standing behind it. I'm going to fix it. So Keon Coleman, welcome to the stage. It's time to get hated on. Play, man. Let's get it. Big hate. Rock. Please explain why you hate my boy Keon, brother.
Wide receiver 51, 1205 ADP. And KTC, he's the wide receiver 46, 113th overall player, Fizz. So here's some of the metrics that I use to evaluate wide receivers. Points per game. He was 66th in fantasy last year. He had 8.6 points per game. That is PPR. Target percentage, 65th, 14.4%, Fizz. Targets per route run. A lot of people, take that stat and they put it in a whole other echelon as far as being, more predictive and a better evaluator of wide receivers. Fizz, he was 78th, 0.19 targets per route run. Contested catches, they're using him out in the X. They're sending him down on those 9 routes. He was tied for 43rd in the NFL, Fizz. So he only caught 5 of those deep ball passes last year. Air yard share, 39th. 27.9%. Yards per route run, he was tied for 46th. First downs per route run. Is Josh Allen in those critical situations? Is he looking towards Keon Coleman? No, he's not. It was 72nd in the NFL last year. Success rate versus man. These are all the next stats are Matt Harmon ones. Success rate versus man. 3rd percentile, Fizz. That's tough. It doesn't get much worse than that. Actually, there is one receiver on this list we haven't gotten to yet who has actually worse in man coverage than Keon Coleman. But he was 3rd percentile. Versus zone, 23rd percentile. And versus press, just getting off the line, playing at X, he was 8th percentile, Fizz. So none of those ones that I just read were pretty good, were they, Fizz? So those are all.
But I'm going to say this, though. Now, too, excuse me. I'm the narrator, and to Keon's defense, right? None of his other counterparts at receiver really did much other than Khalil Shakir, but we had Amari Cooper, who we all thought was coming over there to boost up this offense.
Oh my God, yeah, he was really bad. That was
So
bad.
I'm not saying that it wasn't most of Keon's fault, but I think this team was so much run heavy and protecting the ball and moving the pocket. I don't know how much the passing really helped any receivers on this team. Let alone, I mean, James Cook, man, probably had the best receiving of the team because he was just behind the field catching them and running the ball. Like Josh Allen was running the ball. So I'm gonna give my boy a little bit of grace, man, and just say it was a little bit of lack of being a rookie, trying to figure out what he got going on, but also being in an offense that didn't cater to throwing the ball with a guy like Josh Allen being the quarterback.
Well,
they signed a new quarterback they signed a new receiver every week last year.
I mean, they didn't cater to him because he wasn't good enough to be catered to, Fizz. See, that's the thing. You earn your targets. You have to be good enough in this league. This is a no-nonsense league. You have to perform against the best of the best in the world. There is no, all that other bullshit. No, you have to go in and produce like our dudes, Malik, BTJ, Lad. They all went into different situations too. You see them produce. So, but I will say to his defense though, in yak per reception, this is one of the things why EV likes him. He was 16th in the NFL. He had 7.83 yards after the catch. He is good when he does get the ball in his hand. His ADOT also too, 17th in the NFL. So those are two things that he can hang his hat on. But it comes down to, I think, Fizz, a lot of his deployment. So he took 88.6% of his snaps, Fizz, out wide. That was 6th in the NFL. There was only 5 guys who lined up out wide more than him. He only took 11.4% of his snaps in the slot. You compare that to him in college. In his last year, he was 69.6% out wide, 29.2% in the slot. But here's the thing. He's in a situation where they have fucking 8 other slot receivers, including Dalton Kincaid, who was originally on this list, Fizz, but I got so pissed off looking at him, I just took him off the list. We're only doing 4 players. Originally, we were going to do 5 each. I don't even want to stomach Dalton Kincaid on here, so don't even draft his ass.
I was going to bring him up. That's why I'm glad you brought it up. So I'm glad you got that out of the way.
They have Khalil Shakir. They have Dalton Kincaid. They have all. I don't know where Elijah Moore is going to play. I mean, I think he's even probably better out wide, but he's also good in the slot too. So they have all these guys, Curtis Samuel, who just play better in the slot than him. So they were forcing him out wide. Fizz, I think what they're doing with Keon Coleman is that they're trying to replace Gabe Davis. I think that they're trying to force him into that Gabe Davis role, running all freaking 9 routes. He ran some of the most 9% of 9 routes last year. He was one of the highest ones in that regard. And the guy can't even do contested catches. Like he's like, I think less than 50% when it came to contested catches. So they're trying to fit. He is the ultimate fitting a square peg in a round hole, and it's just not working right now. And they're gonna, with this draft capital being in the early 2nd round, they probably, I don't know if they would have taken him or Worthy if they didn't trade with Kansas City. Yeah, they're putting.
Could have had Lad too. You could have had Lad too. So
a lot of people could have had Lad.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
But yeah, I'm not very optimistic, and I hear a lot of people trying to drum up the beat with Keon Coleman. Guys, they are a run-first team. They're going to run the shit out of the ball with James Cook, and they're probably going to pass a lot to Khalil Shakir or spread it all throughout all these other guys. We should wait on wide receivers. Their 2nd year, their 3rd year. But he didn't play very good last year, and he even admitted to it as well. So
yeah, he did. And again, bro, I'm not gonna lie, you hitting all the points, man. Yeah, I like how you broke down all the other guys as well in the mix of Keon Coleman. So, I like that one, bro. I see we got some fantasy questions. We're gonna say those closer to the end. I see Abdullah said Abdullah. I'm sorry, brother. I hope I ain't saying name wrong. Abdullah, I believe his name is.
Oh shit! I'm the Arab here too. I should probably be able to say his name.
We're gonna go at Abdullah. We got you, Playboy. We're gonna save it a little later. And Nick just came through and asked about, well, this is a quick one. He said, who are you taking full PPR? Flip a coin, brother. Whatever your stilo is, do your thing.
Well, unless they're catching passes, the full PPR don't mean shit, Nick.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's whoever you don't have a share of. Josh Allen has been a
like
top
that.
2 QB ever since like his second year, and Lamar Jackson is the other guy. If Allen's not number 1, it's Lamar. So you
Yeah.
just take one or the other, whoever you like more. I have 0 shares of Josh Allen because I am obligated by contract, being a Ravens fan, to take Lamar Jackson
right?
every time. And I'm still pissed that Lamar didn't get the MVP last year. Hate.
There we go, baby. Hey, you know we got hate on that one, man. But hey, whatever your flavor is for that day, brother, go ahead and take the drink, man, and have a cut, bro. So, Nick, hope we helped you out with that one, Playboy. But yeah, Rock, I actually like that breakdown, man, of these Buffalo Bills. But I also hate that you hate my boy Keon Coleman, man.
Let's get to Abdullah's question. We might as well. I like just hitting them because by the time we get through all this hate, we might just forget about his question. He might never come back. So we appreciate you tuning in.
This is a hell of a question, bro. This is a I don't even know what to get back from this. This is do you get a Ford truck with a bunch of money in the trunk? Like St. Brown?
It's kind of crazy because I did this trade. I did just execute a trade that's very similar to this very, very recently. I traded away Amon-Ra St. Brown and Evan Ingram and the 2025 306, and I got back Puka Nacua, the 5'10", and Tucker Kraft. So as far as the return goes, with both of those guys going to the very early part of the second round in Dynasty startups, that is close to 3 firsts in liquid assets. It's not quite 3 firsts, but you're going to want something that's 2 firsts plus. And with those guys being in that second tier after Jamar Chase, after Justin Jefferson, and then you get into the territory of whether or not Malik Neighbors and CeeDee Lamb, if they're in the back end of the first tier or the top end of the second tier, regardless, you want to get somebody that I believe is in either in that same tier or the tier below. Drake London, Ladd McConkey, JSN, Marvin Harrison Jr. Do not trade either of these guys for anyone that's below that, because it's just not going to be worth it. There is just too much bullshit that's going on. And all the wide receivers, all those tiers below, they can rise multiple tiers. They can fall multiple tiers. These next tier of guys that I just named off with the Drake Londons, they are going to be solidified. They're either going to stay in that third tier or go up to the second tier. So that's the return that I want. I want someone that's going in the top 3 of startup Dynasty drafts, Fizz. What do you think of that?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I just think it's tough, man, to gauge like a Puka and St. Brown trade. Like I would want to see what they are worth separately first, because I think setting them both together, you can sell yourself short and not actually get back. Man, we talking, let's say St. Brown and Puka, you want to trade them both, right? If the person is sending back a quarterback and a receiver or some in the mix where you said Drake May, those guys is going around them. Man, if somebody asked me right now, bro, what you gonna give me for St. Brown and Puka, Rock, I don't know what to send them, bro. I would literally had to take the day to think about it. Like
Lamar Jackson, like it has to be if you're sending both of these guys. First of all, don't send them away. That's the easiest answer.
That's the point I'm making, because I would need more content, right? Like, why are you trading them anyway? Why are you trading 2 of them? What are you looking for? It's just so much goes into that for me to say Lamar Jackson, right? But let's just say he has Burrow and Caleb. He don't need Lamar Jackson in a sense, right? So I wouldn't know what to do with this trade because I would need more context and the reason of why I'm trading Puka and St. Brown. Like, I don't know.
This is what you do when you have those players. Because somebody actually just messaged me this morning asking about Puka, and I just told him, man, I'm probably not going to move these guys. I'm not. So unless I'm not going to do also any work to help you with this, either you send me a trade that knocks my socks off and you overpay for the guy, but I'm not going to waste any of my time, my precious heart, my precious mind on this nonsense is basically what it comes down to. I just don't have time with all the what ifs and fantasy and all that other shit. I already play fantasy football. I don't need to think of all this other bullshit. So it's just like, don't waste my time. Either you send me something that, you had my curiosity. Now you had my attention, that type of deal. Otherwise you can miss me with this. Just hold on to them, just hold on to these guys.
I'm with you, brother. And it's funny because I was going to continue with your list, Rock, but I will say I'm not feeling this list right here with my boy Keon on it, man. So we're going to move on from you, man. I'm going to go ahead and drop. I said, listen, my boy is chefing up. He's the hater. I just dropped him out one. I just got one because I don't want to do. I don't want to pre-plan all the hate. I want to scream out some names later on.
Why? Because you might be wrong. See, I was running through that in my head. And I don't know.
Honestly, I didn't know your list, so I was like, damn, I don't know if we're gonna pick the same player now. But I'm saying there are players that I'm sure me and you agree with that I could just literally spread out the name and we'll probably mutually agree.
We'd be like, hate.
There we go. So I want to go through a whole hate list of just random hating on random players.
I hate you. How all the terrible things in life happen to you and only you. I'm sure we could do that.
That's how we're gonna finish it out. So I will say I see Pops in the comment and Flock, we're gonna get at you too, bro. Actually, since we was on Keon, he said 80 Mitchell or Keon Coleman. I'm taking Keon if you ask me, brother.
I'm taking neither. I don't like either.
Well, he asked the question, man. Come on, Rob. You gotta give me one, man.
Man,
I say this. I'm gonna take the quarterback. Is that a better answer?
I don't know. I just see people limit themselves to be, you have to pick one or the other, and they ask the question, but they're not asking the right question. Because that's just like,
that's true.
That's not gonna help you. Ultimately, while we're doing this show is to help people when it comes to fantasy football and just have a better understanding of the game. You're thinking too small if you're limiting yourself to guys that are ranked in the 50s and the 60s. Do not worry.
What if they in the draft with those players and they need a receiver and they right there with those two guys?
Well, those two guys, it's just like it won't matter. It really won't matter. You can flip a coin because they're being drafted so low. And I've already hated on Keon Coleman, and I just gave a case for why. The fact that you're still asking about Keon Coleman after I gave his case. But here's the thing. Adonai Mitchell, he's in a terrible situation. He's got two of the worst QBs trying to fucking throw the ball to him. And he's also on a team that loves to run the ball. It's just the Indianapolis Colts are just a much, much, much worse version as far as an identity goes than the Buffalo Bills. They really want to run the ball, and that's basically all it comes down to. It's just all funneled through Jonathan Taylor. But you have guys like Tyler Warren. You have Pittman. You also have Josh Downs, who are all ahead of him. And Adonai Mitchell is forced, just like Keon Coleman is forced. He is forced into that X wide receiver role. Mm-hmm. So it's just a terrible situation. Just use your limited resources to think about other things that will actually put you in a place that's actually going to make your team better. Neither of these players are going to do anything for you. So you're getting the real version of me in today. It's just like, who gives a shit?
I'm with you. Well, I will say, breaking news: Darren Waller was traded for a 26 rounder from the Giants, brother. All right, 6 rounder, 26.
Why is the better players and Jonnu and all those other guys, you're still playing the NFL? It's like you get a 27th, but for Waller coming out of retirement, that's the 26th pick. That makes no damn sense.
2026 6th rounder. I just want to let everybody know. But I was gonna bring mine up because I only made one graphic for my selection, and I see Pops is in the building, and he actually asked the question: what is AJ Brown? What is a good deal for AJ Brown? And honestly, the one play I hate, the one play I love to hate, the one play I always talk dirty about, man. AJ Doodoo Brown in the building. Hey, I've been saying this for 2 years now, and I even had Mike change his tone on AJ Brown. He was back bragging, AJ's better than CD. This was 2 years ago. I remember like it was yesterday. And then once the tail end of that 2024 or 2023 season, he was like, this dude, man. So AJ Doodoo Brown, welcome to the stage. It's time to hate. time to hate, man. I will say this though. I've actually followed this guy, watched a couple of his outside things. Like he actually seemed like a cool, funny dude. But on the field, I just always preach this when it comes to him because like I know, Rock, we are Devontae Smith stands. We gonna rock with Smitty every time. And the same way you talked about Drake May and his value and where he goes, I just believe if AJ Brown gets you 1,300 yards or 1,409 touchdowns, let's just say, what is going around him that you can also get, but still get a piece of the Philadelphia offense with Smitty? If Smitty is giving you 1,000 yards and 5 touchdowns, 1,100 and 6 touchdowns, and AJ Brown is giving you 13 and 9, if I pass on AJ, but I get Smitty 2 rounds later, that's a win for me. That's how I feel, and that's how I play the game, right? So ADP-wise, KTC, AJ Brown is going receiver 15. He got Travis Hunter in front of him, Garrett Wilson in front of him. Behind him is Ted McMillan, T. Higgins, Rashee Rice, Rome, and then we got Smitty, probably like 5 spots behind him, Smitty and Buka. Every time we go in those drafts, Rock, I always look at AJ Brown, and I'm not gonna lie, his draft capital is always tricky because you have the guy that says, hold on, man, the disrespect on AJ Brown is getting ridiculous. Like I'm going to draft him, right? But then you have those guys that have Jalen Hurts and they want to get, that double stack. So his market to me is always up and down when I look at how we draft and what we do. But I'll just say, looking at what's around him, I'm gonna ask you, T. Higgins or AJ Brown, who you taking right now, Rob?
Oh, that's easy. It's AJ Brown.
Okay. All right. Well,
yeah.
Rome Odunze or AJ Brown? Who you taking?
AJ Brown.
Okay. All right, Playboy. Let me see. I want to say this player, but he's coming off an injury. Rashee Rice.
Oh my God. You know how I feel about freaking Rashee Rice. It's AJ Brown twice on Sundays, every day of the week.
Well, Rock, I'm gonna be honest. It sounds like I'm just a hating dude, and you actually
AJ Brown is one of my favorite wide receivers. So
all right, so I'm gonna say this, right? And I'm gonna say this because I'm the one that presented him. I don't even have a reason to really hate AJ Brown. All right, so I'm gonna just keep it 100 with y'all. I'm not saying he's a horrible player. I brought his name up. This is personal with me. I'm keeping 100 with you. This is personal. I don't have a statistical reason. I'm just saying.
I have the stats pulled up right now, but we can go through it after you lay out all your hate.
For sure. I'm going to just say this. The reason why I like bringing up names like AJ Brown, this goes to the philosophy of how me and Rock love to say we like to play, right? And when it's always a get your guy moment, right now, if AJ Brown is going around a place where I think I can get a different value, I'm going to just pass on him. It has nothing to do with him. I just know that I like another guy in his receiver room a little bit better personally, and I think they can give me almost close to the same production. And the last name I want to ask you, Rock, hot name, he's popping, Travis Hunter or AJ Brown?
Travis Hunter.
Okay.
Travis Hunter is a generational prospect who I think has the most room to, jump higher than anybody else that we're probably drafting today.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead, man. Give me some AJ Brown hate because I'm the one that hated him. Seemed like you love him. So go ahead, prove me wrong.
I'm gonna give you guys some love on AJ
Brown. Go ahead,
Brown.
Prove me wrong, brother. Prove me wrong.
Okay.
Make me say, Fizz, you're lunching, you're tripping. You keep passing on him, you're gonna keep losing leagues, man.
Yeah. So air yard share. He is number 1 in the NFL. 50% of the air yards that Jalen Hurts threw last year were to AJ Brown. Absolutely insane. He's ahead of Rashee Rice, who's at 2 with 48.2%. Targets per route run. AJ Brown is, where is he at? He's at 19th. When it comes to yards per route run, AJ Brown is 10th, but he's probably higher because there's all these assholes that only ran like 4 or 5 routes. So I guess my qualifier. Here, 1 second. Let me put in my qualifier minimum routes. I'm going to put 50 in there. And now I'm going to hit apply. Let's see what happens to AJ Brown. Because there's this guy named Tay Martin. If you can tell me what team he plays for, I'd give you $1 million right now, Fizz. But there's no way you can do that. He plays for Tennessee. AJ Brown is number 3 in yards per route run. And then where are some of the other ones? First downs per route run. That's another good one. AJ Brown is third again, 1.152. And then contested catches just down the field. AJ Brown is, where is he at? Got to do the control F. Oh shit, not Amon-Ra St. Brown. AJ Brown, he's 35th, so he's a little bit lower on the contested catches. But with all those other ones that I read, he was between number 3 and number 10. And he's, let me see right now, he is being drafted.
Something like the 4th round.
I got so many tabs going right now. He's the 3rd round. He's the 310. He's the wide receiver 14. So I'm taking him ahead of Garrett Wilson.
Yes.
But he's actually pretty accurately priced right now. Like, I'm not taking him over Nika, Ladd, Marvin Harrison, or JSN. So I think he's pretty accurately priced. But as far as the return goes, I know your pops was asking about that. I want a first in 2 seconds. A first and second is probably what his price would go for, but since I love AJ Brown, I'm gonna have you're gonna have to take him out of my cold dead hands, because if I believe that Saquon Barkley is going to take a huge step back this season, then that means it's going to be AJ Brown and Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts to the moon in 2025. So I think he is going to have a really good year this year. But yeah, I'm taking him over all the guys except Travis Hunter that are after him, including Rome, including definitely including Rashee Rice. Holy shit, I can't believe you asked me that, Fitz.
well, I had to ask, brother, all right? Because a lot of people saw what he did last year. And again, my justification for hating AJ Brown is nothing statistical. It's more personal. But I'm going to ask you this, since we on the topic. If you passed on AJ Brown, and let's just say behind him, you got a Garrett Wilson, right? Say you got Garrett Wilson. If you say, I'm going to take Garrett Wilson, but I'm going to try to get Devontae Smith 2 rounds later, do you think, one, you would allow yourself to do that if you wanted Garrett Wilson really bad, if you trusted Justin Fields, if you trusted what was going on? Or would you just say, man, listen, this guy, AJ Brown, is too good to pass on. I'm locking in on it. I ain't taking the risk of losing him and still not getting Devontae Smith?
I just saw a metric from my dude Ian Miller. He posts these every day. Garrett Wilson is the only receiver, I think, in the last few years to have had over 25% of the targets for his offense and only produce one freaking top 12 season. That's it. He gets all the opportunities, and there's no one else there, and he still has underproduced every damn year. So I want to take AJ Brown in that scenario. All the times that I don't get AJ Brown, I will get Devontae Smith, but I'm not going to.
Are you going to risk it for the biscuit? And
that's playing. That's what you call playing galaxy braining it. That's just when you're trying to be too cute, too smart. Why would I pass on the better wide receiver to get a good wide receiver too, when your dude Addison is being drafted right around Devontae Smith? Yeah. We have Terry McLaurin, who I absolutely love. We have Zay Flowers. We have Emeka Ibuka. We have DK Metcalf. We have all these guys. Roma Dunze is only going a couple of spots ahead of Devontae Smith. I would much rather have AJ Brown and Roma Dunze than freaking Garrett Wilson and Devontae Smith. So,
but I'm gonna say this, bro. The same way we just talked about the Drake May thing, right? And I think the Roma Dunze, the hottest thing on the market right now, the hottest ticket on the internet, right? You go.
I know. I have Roma Dunze. I have shares of him. Man, that's all people keep asking me for is Roma Dunze. I'm like, no, get the fuck out of here.
Now, I'm not saying you'll do it, but I'm saying if someone took Rome because of the hype over AJ Brown, would you look at him like they were crazy?
I would be like, hey, you know what? I don't blame you, because that's all people are talking about is Roma Dunze. So I don't blame you. But if you did take AJ Brown over Roma Dunze, I'd be like, all right, you're a sharp. That's it. You know what you're doing. You know what the information you're consuming. So and you're there to win. But Roma Dunze, I think his situation is going to be a lot of times people are a year ahead or a year too late, people are still, I think, a year ahead on Roma Dunze because it's still a crowded situation. You're going to have some injuries have to break a certain way. You have to have Ben Johnson become a head coach, which is a whole other thing over being an OC. You have to have Caleb Williams take a huge step forward. That's a lot of shit that needs to happen in order to pay off what everyone wants Roma Dunze to be, which is a solidified top 12 wide receiver. I think that's going to be very tough for him to be able to do. Sorry about that, Adam. I know that you really love Roma Dunze. I really love Roma Dunze too.
Yes, sir.
I just think a lot of shit in the way for him to pay off the hype that's going on right now.
That's true. And before we close off on AJ, man, my boy Flock said he receiving offers recently as a contender. He got AJ Brown, he's as a contender, AJ Brown for a 26 first and Kyle Williams.
If you're a contender, okay. I do not advocate, first and foremost, trading away your first. Because as much as I love players, Fizz, I love rookies even more. I love my rookie process. I'm very invested into it. And if things go wrong, you want to have your 26 first. So I do not advocate trading away your picks for players, especially during this time. But if you do not care about that, Flock, absolutely, I would absolutely do that. Because I'm not so sure about Kyle Williams this year with the trade.
I'm not gonna lie. Much as I hate AJ Brown, I'm smashing this trade, Flock. I'm gonna make this trade happen. And everything Rock just said about my boy Doodoo Brown sounds like I'm the hater. I'm the one need to be hated on, and I think it's a problem, man. Maybe I need to go get my brain fixed, man. Stop hating on Doodoo so much.
Oh,
a whole lot of hate around here. Whole lot of hate, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But Rock, man, we're gonna move on. Your guy, the last guy that we have on the list, and we're gonna end with a whole bunch of hate.
I have two, but that's okay. If you only want to do one more, we can.
You do got two. You actually only made one graphic, and I was gonna add your last one in the carousel of the other hater. So
okay, sounds good.
I get onto this one, and then we'll move on to the next guy, and just keep it going down the
sounds
list.
Good.
So this guy right here, though, Rock, I'm not gonna lie, you gotta really convince us why you hate him, because I think we all hate him. But you give us why you selected him as top hate candidate, man. Mr. Marvin Mims in the building. I don't know I guess Sean Payton is the only one that loves him. Who knows? But I don't think fantasy and dynasty players love him much. So welcome to the stage. Welcome to the floor. We're going to welcome Marvin Mims. Lot of hate. Rock, let us know, man.
In full transparency, Marvin Mims was a guy that I really loved coming out of, I believe it was Oklahoma. He was very high on my process. My process, luckily, has changed since then, Fizz. Okay. And I remember being so obsessed with him that I ended up trading I believe it was like 2 seconds or multiple picks to Coop, of all people. He swindled me. He's like, oh, I really like Marvin Mims too, but I had to have Marvin Mims before he got on the field his rookie season. Man, that's one of those trades that I will never forget, and I want to take back. It was bad. So Marvin Mims, wide receiver 59, 1305 in ADP for startups. Wide receiver 62, 170 on KTC. Points per game, Fizz, 77th. Target percentage, 105th at 8.8%. Contested catches, he's got one. Air yard share, 123rd, Fizz. First downs per route run. Bo Nix is not looking towards this guy for a critical first down. He's 67th in the NFL. A-Dot. Oh, he stretches the field. He has that all that speed. No, he doesn't. He's 147th in the NFL last year. The success rate versus man, first percentile, Fizz. He is at the very bottom when it comes to Matt Harmon's database. Versus zone, 22nd percentile, and versus press, 3rd percentile. Now, I will say, in his defense, and this is why there's so many there's lots of weird groups out there, Fizz. Lots of fan clubs of players that deserve no fan club whatsoever. They're gonna yell at you and say, what about targets per route run, Fizz? He was 14th in the NFL. What about yards per route run? He's 5th in the NFL. You know what I'm gonna say to those guys? Well, he took most of his snaps in the backfield. He had the highest amount of routes in the backfield in the NFL last year. 12.2% Fizz behind the line of scrimmage. Debo, the second highest, was at half of that. He was at 6.5%. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
He only made 11 catches beyond the line of scrimmage last year, Fizz, and he played in every game.
Damn. I'm
He
gonna be
is,
honest. If Sean Payton can't make it work, then clearly it ain't gonna work, right? You know what I'm saying?
he is when people talk about gadget guys, they should have a picture of Marvin Mims behind them when they're talking about gadget guys. He is the most pure gadget guy who is completely inflated because they look at Bo Nix, they look at the situation in Denver, they're like, oh, who's going to be the next guy up after Sutton and Ingram? Yeah. There is nobody. There is no other pass catcher. You can say Pat Bryant. You can even say Vele. I'm not putting Marvin Mims as the next guy up that Bo Nix has to throw to. If he sees Marvin Mims, well, first of all, he's not going to be able to see him because unless he has eyes in the back of his head, he's not going to be able to throw behind him.
Yeah.
Because that's where he's going to be at most of the time. But yeah, he is not somebody you should be wasting your pick on. I remember seeing him going really high in our underdog drafts. And it's just like, it makes no sense whatsoever. He's a wasted pick. Do not draft Marvin Mims. I hate your guts, Marvin.
Damn, man. Whole lot of hate right there, big dog. Hey, listen, I agree with you. I can't even argue with you. I'm not going to be the narrator, the guy that can fix this or add on nothing. I'm with you on Marvin Mims. I think Evan Ingram is the reason why. Marvin Mims is the reason why Evan Ingram got signed right away. They needed some help, and they brought on any type of help that was available. And I wouldn't be surprised if that Amari Cooper or one of these old guys laying around waiting for a job at some point.
Keenan Allen, maybe.
Keenan Allen. I mean, I could see Sean Payton calling one of these guys at some point, if not the beginning, middle of the season, man, to get some help once Marvin Mims shows us who he really is. So I ain't gonna argue with you on that one, Rock, man. You got all the stars, all the lights, and you got that one done. We're gonna holler at my boy Johnny Bennett, get him a little bit of help. We're gonna go to this break, and we're gonna come back with a little bit of this rapid fire hate, man. So Johnny Bennett, what's popping, bro? He said, what's good, legends, man? A little bit of advice. I have Dak, Caleb with Shador chilling in the taxi. My man, hold up, brother. I like how you think. That's first of all. He said, I've been offered Tua for Shador. Is that a smash? Holy moly. I'm gonna be the 100 with you, Rock. I don't got the rollie on. My time ain't up, but I might gotta take Tua on this one, Rock, man.
Yeah. Here's
I might
the
gotta
thing.
take Tua on this one, bro.
It's another one of those deals, and I can't hate too much. I know I was talking about like don't pay too much mind to the deals that are you're going to make 2 cents today. You could have just held it and just made nothing. Yeah. This is one of those types of deals. This is what you call it is a risky bet because Shador Sanders as a prospect, I do not have that much faith on. But Tua, for half of his career, has been stuck in the maze of inception where he's just trying to find his way back to reality. That's the thing that I do not like about the situation in Miami. I don't like Shador as a prospect. Shador, though, he is just the black box thing where it's just like maybe he does outperform what he did in Colorado. Maybe he does elevate his game. And Tua, he's one of those guys like Dak Prescott. You could be top 10 in every metric and no one's going to give a shit. People do not like Tua. So it's just basically who is the hottest name and has the best market value between Tua and if Shador Sanders hits.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I'll say this, Rob. I think if you make this trade, you could trade Tua back for Shador and get a plus. Because I think by the time Tua, week 5, week 6, week 7, Tyreek Hill or Waddle or these guys have good games, we know who's starting in Miami. We don't know who's starting in Cleveland, and we don't even know if Shador.
We do, actually. We know all of them are going to start because the Browns have started 40 QBs since they came back, the most of any NFL team since they came back to the NFL in
You're right.
1996. So we know Shador will get his opportunity. We know that he's going to be fighting for his life. He's not going to be able to run very far or fast because he's going to be behind one of the worst offensive lines probably in the NFL next year, and he's going to get killed. So it just depends. Do you want the situation in Miami and just be okay with Tua as your QB3? Or do you want to see the shit that they have going up in Cleveland? So it's just
right now, Shador is like an early third round pick, mid third. If you get Tua and by week 6 or 7, he's healthy and Tyreek Hill, HATIN, and Waddle are on the field still, you can trade that for way more than a late third in the 2025. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking the value of Tua. And if I want Shador later, I'll find a way to get him. But right now, if I have to take accept the trade, I'm taking Tua. Because I know he's starting. I know he has the job, and I know he has the weapons around him to make the value go up. So
he's going at the 8-11. That's Tua Tagovailoa. Ooh, that was a nice. I can't believe I said that. And then you got Shador Sanders, who's going at the 13-07. So yeah, he's going. That's 5 rounds later.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. The value alone would not allow. And I'm a Shador stan, but there's no way. I'm gonna try to get Shador back from him. Don't get me wrong, but I will do it at my time. I just know going into the season, letting the hype build up or letting the progress on the field, looking at the Cleveland Browns offense, even with Shador being a starter, that doesn't say, "Oh yes, I need Shador over Tua." I mean, I know it's a shit show in Miami right now too, but I would love to have Tyreek Hill as my QB's #1 receiver over Jerry Jeudy. So,
but if I understand, if I'm reading it in between the lines, Johnny, there's no way that you have this deal in your inbox right now, 1-for-1. You're probably thinking, what do I need to add to Shador to be able to get to a
yeah, because that just sounds like whoever's doing that is crazy, bro. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, so I think what he's doing is he's thinking about sending this trade, and he wants to know what do I need to add necessarily to get him. So yeah, it's one of those deals where it's like, if I have Shador Sanders and he does get the start, I'm still not trading for Tua though. I'd rather get somebody else because Tua is just too much of a volatile asset. He has no stability whatsoever. His production is fine. It's solid. But why would I want to have Tua when I can just go one tier above that and get fucking Brock Purdy, who is going to be far more of a producer, far more stable, does not have the concussion bug with him. So I don't know. It's one of those ones where I'm like still thinking too small, guys.
I'm with you, man. We hope we help you out, Johnny, man. Hope you got it all figured out, Playboy. And we're going to get to this quick break, man. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're going to remind you of that with a little bit of music in the background. And we're going to see which one of these players we hate the most. We already got, 4 or 5 so far, right? We got a couple of players we already hate. But we're going to roll through it and see how many more we can hate. Because today, it's all about the hate, baby. So be right back after this break. And, hey, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Welcome to South Harm, and we glad you here today. Like and subscribe, that's what we really appreciate. Welcome to South Harm, and we glad you here today. Like and subscribe, that's what we really appreciate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just like that, we back to hating, back to adding more hate on top of it, baby. So, Rock, I know you had another player. I didn't make no graphic for him because right now I just want to.
He don't deserve it anyway.
I just want to get the hate in the air, man. So let us know, man, who you are representing, who you bringing up. And after you give us this breakdown, we're just going to do rapid fire hate, man. Haters at the rapid fire rate.
This is the guy that I ended my list with because after having to look through all of his terrible stats, it just broke me. And I just texted you, Fizz. I'm like, I'm not doing any more of these freaking players. I hate Fizz. We're going to end it with not my guy, Benson out of Arizona. He is the RB 34 in startups, the 1107. RB 28 Fizz on KTC. So this was absolutely hilarious going through his stats. Fantasy points per game. He was behind Trey Sermon, and he was ahead of Kyle Juszczyk at 3.6 points per game. That's good enough or bad enough, however you want to look at it, for 76 in the NFL at RB at the RB position. Yeah. Snap share, 77th in the NFL, 17.3%. Target share. Oh, maybe he catches the ball. No, he doesn't, Fizz. He's got 1.6% of the targets out in Arizona. With Kyle Murray, when he's looking for McBride, oh, he's not open. Marvin Harrison, he's not open. What about Benson? Oh, he's definitely not open. I'm not throwing the ball towards him. Routes per game, Fizz. How many times are they throwing him out there to do a route? 2.2 per game. So this guy is an absolute zero in the receiving game. And you kind of need that if you are if you're going to be a dynamic running back in the NFL. You should be able to either have the receiving upside or the touchdown upside. Yeah. Well, what about the touchdown upside, Fizz? Well, he had one touchdown last year, which is very good.
Start.
And he was, when it comes to red zone touches, is he the goal line back? Is he getting ahead of James Conner? Are they splitting the carries with him at the goal line? They're not, Fizz. He had 3 freaking red zone touches all of last year. That's good enough for 93rd in the NFL. And then as far as breakaway runs, oh God, that's one of the hardest ones I have to say. Breakaway run rate, 4.8%. Evaded tackles per game, 1.4 per game. He is not a good running back. He is one of those guys that I charted. I saw the explosiveness coming out of Florida State. He was in the he ran a 4.39 40 Fizz. That's good enough for 97th percentile. He had an awesome speed score, 116.3. That's good enough for 98th percentile. So he has all these athletic traits. And also, too, PFF, they ranked him as the 23rd most elusive running back last year. He was 91.8. And yards after contact also isn't that bad either. So those are the pros for his case. He was 27th at 3.33 yards per after contact per attempt. So unless Connor takes a huge dump, Fizz, Benson is not good enough to siphon off carries from James Conner, who just continue. He is like the Terminator. You know, he just won't die.
Yes.
And he played all of last year. He somehow was able to stay healthy through most of last year. So everyone's like, oh, okay, well, what if Connor does go down? The Cardinals want to pass the ball. They spent all that capital on Marvin Harrison. They want him to take a step forward. He is going to form a high-volume duo between him and McBride. So his ADP is all hype and all hope, hinging on whether or not Connor gets hurt. But if you're not good, Fizz, you're not going to get the same opportunity as the guy you're replacing. The NFL is not going to be like, well, we're just going to give all the carries that we were going to give to Connor, we're going to give to Benson. It's not going to happen that way. So his ADP probably is the most egregious of any RB that's going on right now in fantasy football.
And not even his RBs, bro. He goes over guys like Evan Ingram, Stephon. I'm taking Stephon Diggs right now over Trey Benson. Jawan Jennings. I mean, I'm thinking about all the mock draft we've done. Trey Benson goes over these guys, and I've seen in drafts. Well, I think we go usually 13 rounds, and I'm watching him going like round 11.
He's the 1101. He's going ahead of David Njoku, the guy who got burned off last year, and he was still a top. He's going ahead of Aaron Jones. Yeah. He's going ahead of Jacoby Myers, Travis Kelce, Matt Stafford, who has probably the best duo he's ever had of his career. He's going ahead of him. He's going ahead of Jawan Jennings, Pittman,
Jacoby Myers,
Warren, Evan Ingram. He's going ahead of Jordan Mason. He's Stephon Diggs.
Crazy, man.
It makes sense he's going ahead of Marvin Mims. That's fine. But everyone else on this list Doesn't make any damn sense whatsoever. He is the highest drafted, probably backup RB outside of David Montgomery and Zach Charbonnet. Those are the only two I could see that are clear backups that he's going ahead of. That's it.
Yeah,
Makes
I'm
sense.
with you. I'm with you. That's why I want to bring it up. Other positions, because running back, you got to explain. He's going over other positions that are high rating. It looks crazy. We'll see on the next mock draft if people have listened and see how they feel about him. But I'm passing on Trey Benson, 2024 class. We thought him, Jonathan Brooks, all these guys we was going to take over Bo Nix and Michael Penix, and a lot of people, they can say it now, but people had Bo Nix in the second round, Rock. I got him in the second round a couple leagues. So just knowing that we was fighting and arguing over this running back class last year and screaming about Jonathan Brooks and Trey Benson, and man, just look back a year later, bro. That was one of the worst decisions we all made as fantasy dynasty players. So yeah, man, I guess that's enough hate, Rock. I will say, for hate's sake, I'm gonna throw a name out there. You throw one name out there, and we're gonna close it out. We ain't gonna get no context. Just give me one player you absolutely hate. You don't want to draft. You want no parts. I'll start first. I got a feeling we're gonna have the same guy, so I'm gonna cheat and go first. Kyler Murray. I'm hating Kyler Murray. I don't want no parts of this dude. Anybody that's around him, I would just wait it out. No context behind it. Don't need to give none. If Kyler Murray is there, I'm good. That's my player, Rob.
Yeah, he was.
Man, then I say no context. Go ahead and break it down, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at all these terrible stats right now. It's hard for me to say I hate somebody without giving any context.
Sometimes
but no,
you gotta throw in the wall, let it stick. But go ahead with it.
No, that's right. That's fine. I do. I hate him, and it's just because of how disappointing the situation has been. He's only been a top 12 QB, I believe, one time in his career.
All the hype every year.
And 1 second, let me look real quick. Kyler Murray, yeah, it was his first time. Actually, no way. I just totally spewed some bullshit. He's actually been a top 12 guy 4 times, but his first year was his best year.
But this is the crazy part, Rock. You don't even notice that he's a top 12. That's how ugly it looks, right? He cracked the top 12, but you don't even notice it.
Yeah. So he did break out his first year, and that's all the nice things I could say about him is that he has been consistent, somewhat consistent. He does have that rushing upside, but he brings the offense down. He does not merit that when he was taken 101 overall. And you have all these guys. He cannot support, I think, Marvin Harrison and Trey McBride. And he can't fucking see over the middle. He's literally too fucking short. So I'm kind of upset that Marvin Harrison went to that situation. So until they get rid of Kyler Murray, until they get a new coach, Marvin Harrison is always going to have one arm tied between his, behind his back with that situation. So yeah, I hate him just for that situation alone. Without even getting into all of his metrics, I hate him.
Give me your guy then, Playboy. We're going to close out with you.
Well, Dalton Kincaid. I think Dalton Kincaid. I started going through his metrics last night, but a lot of them still rank in the top 12. They're just barely above top 12. When it comes to the tight end position, Fizz, the bar is not very high. You have your Brock Bowers, you have your McBrides, you have your Kittles, but with all the rest of the tight end position being such a shit show where, at South Harmon, one of our go-to phrases is tight ends don't matter. That is the reason why, even if you do look at Kincaid's metrics, it still doesn't matter. It doesn't make one bit of damn difference with him. They are trying to have him play the slot. He's not better than Khalil Shakir. He's probably not even better than Curtis Samuel out of playing the slot. So, and he can't block. So all they have him doing is running routes, and he can't run those routes better than any of the other guys that they have there. So do not waste your time on drafting Kincaid. So that's how I feel about him too.
Yeah, a lot of hate going on, brother. This was the hate-onomics, the player haters ball. We don't usually spread hate and bad energy, but today was one of them days, man. And I'm glad you cut us off because I was gonna
It
ask some more
felt
names.
good. It felt really good, actually.
Yeah, we got it out. We got it out, man. We released the stress. Hopefully, we helped y'all when your draft start to get rid of the stress and double check these names. When you see these names come across and you look at the ADP and you like, oh man, hold up now. Hate, 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 hate. Feel me? So me and Rock, man, Tuesday morning, we in the cook up, player haters ball. We weren't ready with our attire, but next time we'll be ready for the ball, man. Next time I'll make sure I got the disco lights and then everything will be cracking, Rock. All right. So we appreciate everybody being here, though, man. It's always love. We don't never take this opportunity for granted, man. So we happy to have y'all join us every week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And even if you love us, today it's okay, man.
Oh, man. Hate, 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 hate.
It's okay to just hate, baby. So
It's our asses, Fizz. That's what I say to them.
there we go. There we go. I don't think we need no words of wisdom, Rod. I think we just hating. You gonna give him something? Or we
Oh, no, I do have a word of wisdom. So we will end it on a positive note. But before we do that, let's get to Abdullah's last question. He asked, Amon Ra from McLaurin and a 27 first. No, I want to do that because McLaurin being an older asset and as great as he is, I love Terry McLaurin. You know that, Fizz. He's one of my favorite wide receivers. Finally has a QB that's going to, show how great he is as far as a playmaker goes. And McLaurin can operate at all areas of the field. And he's basically the only weapon there outside of Debo and Zach Ertz. So there's not much to say about that. But he's too many tiers down from Amon-Ra St. Brown for me to want to trade arguably a top 5 wide receiver for a guy like Terry McLaurin. So unless you're going to be
27 first too, we got to wait a whole year for it. So
that's 2 years away. Yeah. It's just like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not even doing it for 26 first, unless you can get London, JSN, Marv, any of those guys in that tier who are the next guys up. Do not trade that guy. So
there we go. There we go, man. Well, Big E, man, I appreciate you coming through. Welcome to the Player Haters Ball, man. You must have hated us. That's why you're late, man. But we glad you're here anyway. And Rock, man, give us some words before we get up out of here, my brother.
All right. So, Fizz, we are often a product of our environments. And a big part of our environments are the people we choose to surround ourselves with. So make sure you're surrounding yourself with the best people who help you grow and make you feel good. And make sure you are doing that for other people. Do not surround yourself with the haters, Fizz. That's what I got for this week.
I like that one, bro. I wasn't prepared for that one, man. My boy must have read my mind, man. I like that, bro. So I will say I feel like we help each other grow, man. And I'm glad I found my dog. I found my guy. This happened out of nowhere. Maybe this wasn't supposed to happen, but when it's here and it happened, baby. So I'll leave y'all with this, man. We never lose games. We just run out of time. We out of this thing. See y'all next time. Tuesday morning, cook up. Peace out, baby.